Why the fuck is Victor drinking so much milk? I watched Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein 3 times over the weekend. I'm probably going to watch it a fourth time by the time I release this video, but I thought I'd cover all of the details that maybe you missed that I absolutely fucking love about this film. What is up with Victor drinking so much milk? This is a brilliant nod to the fact that Victor ultimately is a fucking child, and him drinking milk throughout the film is his way of clutching onto his childhood, in particular his mother and his relationship with her. And you may have noticed that actually Mia Goth plays both his mother and also his love interest in the film. That is not lazy casting, that is intentional. In the novel by Mary Shelley, Victor leans in to kiss Elizabeth and his dead mother appears to him. That and the casting of Mia Goth in both roles is a nod to Victor's very clear Oedipus complex. And he even says in the film that he is jealous of the time that his father gets to spend with his mother. And I do absolutely fucking love that his mother is portrayed in these blood red colours. And after her passing, we see Victor continue to wear elements of red in his wardrobe, in particular those red gloves. And this is a very clear nod to those bloody handprints that she left on Victor shortly before she passed away, and also him holding on to this attachment that he has with his mother. He also wears those gloves when he is obsessed with death, all throughout those scenes where he is examining bodies, and it's only when the creature appears to him in his bedroom that he sheds those gloves, suddenly obsessed with the life that he has created. This completely contrasts with the clothes that we see Elizabeth wearing, in particular the colours: blues, greens, golds, purples, all inspired by nature and inspired by life, which is what she represents. The costume designers even went so far to include prints designed by x-rays and blood cells and beetles and rocks. And yes, we have to talk about her wedding dress, which is a clear nod to the Bride of Frankenstein. But we do see nods to life throughout the film, in particular represented by circles, the great big laboratory window, the ship's design, all hinting at the cyclical nature of the story, but also the cycle of life and death. And actually the other thing that we see in the laboratory is a great big fucking Medusa head, really representative of mystery and mythology, and in particular monstrous transformation. And it's not only the transformation of the monster that we get in the film, or even Victor, but the narrative itself transforms, and this is possibly my favourite detail. The story is split into two halves. Part one is Victor's tale and part two is the monsters. And I recently created a post where I pulled loads and loads of quotes from the film that I found beautiful and poetic. And it wasn't until I reflected on this that I realised that the majority of those quotes came from the second half of the film. And that isn't just because the monster is tragic, his story is heartbreaking. It's because it is actually poetic. We see the monster learning to read and speak through works of literature or works of poetry like Ozymandias, which as an aside is a beautiful nod to Percy Shelley. But that's why the second half is so stunning. The creature's language is born of poetry. And it's those little details and so much more about this film that I think makes this my #1 film of this year.